Good evening, viewers. This is Kasturi Day. Welcome to MouShauk. And we will be starting today with the digestive system of class 9 syllabus. So for this, before I start, I will request you to please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed yet, or if you are a new viewer to my channel. If you are liking the videos, press the like button, share with your friends so that they can also be benefited from this video and to meditate before you start learning. So if you will start with a short meditation, and then we will start with the chapter discussion. Okay. So for this, let us concentrate on the point of light. Point of light is flowing on you. The light is inviting your whole body. Deep breathing is always breathe your whole body. Your feet, your tension, your feet, worries, problems, starting with the digestive system. Uh, First and foremost question that comes to our mind is why do we need to study the digestive system? Okay. So why do we need? Please comment. I'll be discussing this topic, but I need your views. Why do we need this digestive system? We need to study this. So actually, see, when we are young, in our childhood days, our parents tell we need to have this food, we need to have this food, this contains this much, if you don't take, then you will not grow. Okay, all this we have heard. Doctors, when we are slightly grown up, the doctors will say you will get deficient with this, then you will have this problem, like this, all this questions and answers and comments are there in our life. Okay, and we are continuously hearing all these. So what happens? The deficiency diseases and the vitamins and proteins and balanced diet, all these we have studied in our previous chapter. So these things were actually, they're spoken by doctors. But what is the digestive system? Okay, why do we need to study? Because, see, when we take our food, okay, why do we take our food generally? Because we are hungry. When we are after, we have to take our food because we are hungry. That is that we have that craveness of that taking the food because our stomach feels empty and we feel that we should have something from food, otherwise we will feel very weak. Okay. Now, why do we feel weak? Because the food that is taken in us, that gives us energy. Okay. Now, the food, how does it give us energy? The food, as soon as we take it, that does not give us energy. So some processes are there when the food is converted to energy. That we have also studied that food which we are taking, that is converted to, that is broken down into simpler substances and that gives us energy. But that simpler substances have to be absorbed. Those simpler substances have to be absorbed in our body into the cells. Okay. They have to be carried to the cells where they are broken down. And they are broken down by what? They are broken down by certain enzymatic actions, chemical actions. Okay, they are broken down, and then they are simplified so that they can be absorbed in our body. Okay, and then they are taken to the cells, and then they are converted to where the chemical reactions takes place, and the glucose, the carbohydrates, the proteins, the fats, they produces energy, which is required for our life process. This is the thing that we know. But the food, when we take in, okay, that has to be chewed properly. Our parents have told, no, in the childhood days, please chew it nicely. Otherwise, it will stuck in your mouth. You will not be able to swallow it. It will cause some problems. Please chew it like this. So, this we know. We have heard a lot of times. Okay. So, the food has to be chewed. How it is chewed? By our teeth. Okay. The mouth, in our mouth, we have the teeth, set of teeth, which help us to chew the food. Even the mouth has our tongue, the mouth has our saliva, which gets mixed with the food. Then the food is made into a ball-like substance called bolus, which is carried through the esophagus. What is esophagus? Esophagus is a part of the alimentary canal. We'll come later on. Okay. So it will be carried from the mouth through the esophagus into the stomach, then from the stomach, it is carried to the small intestine, then from the small intestine to the large intestine, and then all the food after being absorbed, it turns into the unabsorbed particles of the food, which has been not absorbed by the body, just discarded, that comes out of the body as feces to the animal. So this process goes on to the alimentary canal, and alimentary canal is the main part of the digestive system, the main organ of the digestive system. Now, this alimentary canal with its associated glands construct the digestive system. What are the associated glands? The salivary glands, which are present in the mouth, will tell you where it is. Then comes the largest gland of our body, that is the liver, which also secretes some juices, which helps to convert the food into simpler substances. Okay. Then the pancreas also gives some of the enzymes. Okay. And also some other hormones are also secreted by the pancreas to store the food, just like that. So these all processes is carried on to perform this digestion in our body. Okay. So for all these, for knowing all this, to know all these, we need to study the digestive. Here, so I need your comments. How you like this need to study the digestive system, and also what are your views about this, personal views of this? Why do we need to study the digestive system? So let us start with the main system. Okay. So digestive system consists of alimentary canal and accessory glands. I told you, at the alimentary canal, first comes the mouth or the buccal cavity, then the pharynx, then esophagus, then stomach, the small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and the small intestine is also divided into three parts, large intestine into three parts. Okay, small intestine has duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Large intestine is divided into three parts, that is colon, then cecum, then rectum. Okay, then anus. Anus is the opening. So rectum, till rectum it is the large intestine. Then so this colon is divided into three parts, that is ascending colon, then this one transverse colon, and then descending colon. Okay. Then We have the associated glands, salivary glands. Three salivary glands are there. One is sublingual, submandibular, and another is parotid, submandibular, and sublingual glands. Okay. Now we have the teeth. We will consider the liver. Liver has also the biggest, largest gland of our body. Okay, and it has also a gallbladder. It has some ducts. Okay, which will carry the secretions into the small intestine, where the food is being uh, converted into more simple substances, where it can be absorbed in the small intestine. The main absorption portion is the small intestine. Then comes the pancreas. Pancreas is a leaf-like substance which has two parts, two functions it has. One is uh, endocrine function, and other is exocrine function. Okay, endocrine function is it secretes some hormones, and exocrine function is it secretes some enzymes. Now the mouth has the tongue, the teeth. Okay, so there are different types of teeth. Four types of teeth are present in a human adult. Okay, human adult has 32 sets of teeth. Okay, 32 sets of teeth, and the younger one, I mean the small child, it has the 20 number of teeth. Okay, 32 number of teeth, and it has the small child has 20 number of teeth. Okay, two sets of teeth are there: permanent teeth and milk teeth and permanent teeth. So the milk teeth comes uh, from the beginning. That is uh, when the child is about 6 to 8 months. Okay, and then after that it grows till when about 7 to 8 years, the permanent teeth starts growing. It will fall and the permanent teeth comes up. Okay, this teeth is different types of teeth which we have is incisor, canine, premolar, and molar. The last molar is a set of three teeth, which the last molar is known as wisdom tooth, which comes later age, in the later age, often when an adult is fully grown. Okay. Now the structure of the tooth, we have enamel, dentine, cement, pulp. Okay. The salivary glands I've told you. The digestive system. Now the digestive system has four processes. Okay, first is ingestion, that is taking in the food. Digestion, that is breaking down of the complex food which we eat into simpler substances which can be easily absorbed in our body. Okay, that is digestion. Then comes absorption, where the food substances, the simpler food substances, are absorbed into the bloodstream. Okay, and assimilation, which are then taken into the cells where it will be assimilated. Okay. Then we come to the main digestive system picture. Okay. Now see, this is the now I think it is bigger picture. You can just picture out what it is about. Okay. So this is the mouth. Okay, this is the mouth. You can see the point. You can find the cursor. So this is the mouth. Okay, here is the parotid gland just beneath each ear. Both sides we have it. The parotid gland in front and in front of and beneath the ear, we have this parotid gland. So the first salivary gland. Okay. Now another gland is submandibular gland just below the mandible. Mandible is the lower jaw. So below the lower jaw, we have the submandibular gland. Submandibular. So below the mandible. Okay, easy to remember. Okay, close to the inner side of the lower jaw. Sublingual. Lingual means tongue. Okay, so below the tongue, sublingual, below the tongue we have it, located below the tongue. That is the sublingual gland. Okay, this is the tongue. Just above these two, glands, we have the tongue. Okay, tongue, what is the tongue? Tongue is the muscular organ which is located in the mouth for different functions like chewing, then speaking, breathing, then mixing the food, okay, with the saliva. All these functions come of the tongue, okay. Then this is the, above the tongue is the buccal cavity. Okay? Above the tongue is the buccal cavity. This is the upper jaw. Okay, we have these two teeth coming out, showing that these two are the jaws. Okay? Now the buccal cavity continues into the pharynx. Okay, this is the pharynx here, and then we have the esophagus. In front of the esophagus is our trachea. Okay, and behind the esophagus is the behind the trachea is the esophagus, or we call it a food pipe. Okay, so the esophagus is the tube which conducts the food from the throat to the stomach, and it passes through the diaphragm. See, this is the diaphragm, this black colored portion. This is the diaphragm, and it passes through the diaphragm. Okay, close to the backbone. It's very close to the backbone, and it does not produce any juices. In the mouth, we have in the saliva which goes into the mouth, that has some digestive juices, digestive enzymes, okay, which digest carbohydrates. Okay, now this esophagus, we have the peristaltic movement which continues, helps the food that is known as bolus. After mixing with the saliva, the food is turned into bolus. Okay, ball-like substance which is known as bolus, which when passes to the esophagus, there is a movement which pushes the food through the esophagus into the stomach, and that is known as peristalsis. Okay? Now, when the esophagus enters the stomach, there is a ring of muscles that is known as cardiac sphincter. That is known as cardiac sphincter, which helps the esophagus to pass the food into the stomach, and the stomach does not, and it prevents the stomach from sending back the food into the esophagus. Okay, that is the regurgitation. That is known as sending back of the food into the previous portion of the alimentary canal. That is known as regurgitation. Okay? So that regurgitation is prevented, and also it functions of helps the esophagus to pass the food into the stomach. Okay. Now we come to the stomach. Stomach is what? It is an elastic bag which is located below the diaphragm. It holds about 2 to 3 liters of food in an average adult. Okay, its walls are highly muscular, and its walls helps on the churning of the food with the gastric juice which is being secreted by the inner walls of the stomach. The inner walls of the inner lining of the stomach, that secretes a acidic juice, gastric juice, okay, that mixes with the food, and the wall of the stomach helps in mixing the food, which is known as churning of the food. Okay, clear? Any doubt, please to comment. Please write in the comment box. I will discuss in the next week. So, churning of the food is helped by the walls of the stomach, which is highly muscular. It can hold to 16 liters of food in an average adult. Okay. Now, when the stomach ends, okay, this is a J-shaped, kidney-shaped structure, you can see. Okay. Now, when the stomach ends and it enters into the small intestine, at this junction, there is another set of, ring of muscles, which is known as pyloric sphincter. And this portion between at the junction, okay, from the stomach to the intestine is known as pylorus. Okay, and this sphincter is known as pyloric sphincter. Okay, and this prevents the food, again, regurgitation from the duodenum, that is from the small intestine. The first part of the small intestine is the duodenum. So from the duodenum to the stomach, this regurgitation is prevented, and it prevents the passing from the food when until it is thoroughly churned. Until the food is thoroughly churned, so thoroughly mixed with the gastric juice, it is not allowed to pass. The this pyloric sphincter does not allow the food to pass from the stomach to the small intestine to the duodenum. Okay, and in the meantime, in this, when the food enters into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, okay, that portion, in that portion, the hepatic duct open. What is that hepatic duct? Hepatic duct is the duct from the liver. Okay, this liver from the hepatic means liver, concerned with the liver. So the hepatic duct opens into the small intestine with the bile duct together. That is forming a common bile duct. Okay, that is from the gallbladder and from the liver, the two ducts. The gallbladder is this one. This small balloon-shaped structure. This is the bile, gallbladder. Okay, which stores the bile, and liver produces the bile. Okay, now this excess bile is stored in this gallbladder, and when needed, the gallbladder secretes the bile, and the hepatic duct and the gallbladder, the bile duct, that combines together, forming a common bile duct, which enters into this portion of the duodenum. Okay. Then we come to the pancreas, another associated gland. This is the yellow leaf-like structure. You can see this. Okay, this is the pancreas portion, leaf-like structure, located just across the belly, back of the belly, behind the stomach. It functions exocrine and endocrine functions. Okay, it's elongated, tapered, and disc-like organ. Okay, now this also opens into this duodenum. Then the duodenum continues behind the transverse colon, that is the large intestine, and it continues as jejunum. Another portion, the second portion or the mid portion of the small intestine. Okay. Now this jejunum, okay. Another thing I want to mention to you, that is just a second. Duodenum, I told you, it's a sheath-shaped structure. It is the first part of the small intestine. Okay, the name of the duodenum, how does that come? Or what do you mean by duodenum? So duo means two. Okay, and denum means 10. That means duodenum in altogether, it means 12. That is 12 finger width in length. The duodenum length is 12 finger width. Okay, if you keep 12 fingers, that much length is the duodenum. Okay, that is how the name has come. Then we come to jejunum. Okay, Next short portion or the mid portion, it is the jejunum, which is about 2 meters. It means what? Jejunum means what? Empty. It means empty. What does it? Because why it is meaning empty? Because it is nearly always empty after death. After death, when a postmortem is done or when dissection is done, we see that the jejunum is empty. So that's why it has been named as jejunum. Then comes the ileum, the last part of the small intestine, which is about 4 meters long. It means twist or roll, which refers to the twisting movement of this part. From the picture, you can also see that ileum portion, this is the jejunum, the J portion, you can see the J portion. Just from behind the transverse colon, it has been come. Okay, this is the jejunum and completely twisting, coming out in the narrow pipe which is coming out, that is the ileum, which continues and comes and joins at the cecum. Okay, at the cecum, it joins with the, starts continuing as colon, that is the large intestine, the first part of the large intestine, that is the ascending colon. Okay, then comes the transverse colon, then descending colon, then comes the rectum, and then the anus. Okay. So this is how the picture of digestive system looks like. We will come in detail. Okay. And just below the cecum comes the appendix. Okay. We will discuss all these in detail as we move on. Okay. Now, I told you the digestive system is a network of organs that help us to digest and absorb nutrition from the food that we take in. An alimentary canal, what is an alimentary canal? It is a muscular tube. It is totally 9 meter long in total and highly coiled in certain regions like in the small intestine and starts with the mouth and ends in an anus. Okay. Now, digestive glands, we told you 2 large glands, liver and pancreas, 3 salivary glands, and other digestive glands are also associated with the lining of the various regions of the digestive tube. Okay, like they are present in the stomach, even they are present or other places also they are present that we will discuss later on. Okay, so then we come to the mouth, the first portion of the digestive system. The mouth or the oral cavity or the buccal cavity, let's say. Okay, the space where the mouth, the space where the food is chewed and mixed with saliva, that portion is known as mouth. The upper and the lower lips form the front limits. The upper and the lower lip, that forms the front limit. And the lips help in closing the mouth. What is the function of the lips there? The closing the mouth, sucking and sipping the liquids. When we sip the liquid through the straw or from a cup or from a glass. Okay, so the liquid sucking and sipping, that is helped by the lips. The speaking, it's also helped. Then perceiving sensations like touch and heat. Okay. Then comes the tongue. Tongue inside the mouth is muscular. It helps in manipulating the food which we have taken in the mouth. That is chewed and mixed it with the saliva, and then it helps in swallowing, then tasting, then cleaning the food particles which are present in the teeth after eating, then speaking. It also helps in speaking. Then we come the teeth. Okay, the arrangement of the teeth, the set of natural teeth of an individual is known as dentition. Okay. Now, what is a teeth? What are teeth? Okay. They are the hard substances which are present on the jaws in the mouth for cutting, biting, chewing, grinding the food. Okay. 2 sets of teeth are there, that is milk teeth and permanent teeth. 4 types of teeth are there: incisors, canines, premolars, molars. 4 front teeth are incisors. Then comes one each side, that is canine teeth. Okay, okay, incisors are for biting and cutting, canine for holding and tearing. Okay, then premolars, there are two on each side of the canines that are for grinding and crushing. Then molars, last three, they are molars on either side. Their main function is grinding and crushing. Okay, and the last tooth, that is the wisdom tooth. Okay, the last molar on each side of each jaw is the wisdom tooth. Because why they are called wisdom tooth? Because they appear last at the age of 17 to 20 years after reaching maturity. After that, we have grown into adults, 17 to 20 years, this wisdom tooth comes out. Okay, and human or mammalian teeth are the heterodont. Why heterodont? They have different shapes. They are of different shapes. And other animals like lizards and frogs, they have homodont, that is same type of teeth. Now, milk teeth. In humans, one set is there. Okay, it consists of 20 teeth, and it starts growing from the age of 7 to 8 months and completes about 2 years of age. Okay, and they are temporary or deciduous. So they are not permanent, they're temporary and deciduous. They fall after some time. They fall out as the roots get dissolved in the jaw. That's why they are deciduous. Okay, and they're completely replaced by the permanent teeth by the age of about 12 years. Okay, now the permanent teeth, they're the second set of teeth. The first set was milk teeth, the second set is the permanent teeth. So they are 32 in adults. Okay, usually they are indicated by the formula where the number of incisors, that is I, that is noted by I, canines by C, premolars by CM, and molars by M. In the given strictly in the same order for half of each jaw, this much. Okay, half of each jaw. So dental formula in human child up to about this one 2 years, 2102 by 2102, that's 20, that is the milk teeth. Human adolescent up to about 17 to 20 years, 2122 by 2122, that is 28 permanent teeth, adolescent. But in adults, it is 2123 and 2123, that is 32 permanent teeth, where the wisdom tooth has been added. So let us stop here. We'll continue with the rest of the portion. The tooth we will start with. So any comments, please do write in the comment box, or you can also write in my email ID, that is kasturi74, KASTURI 74 @gmail.com. Okay. Any doubt in this chapter till what I have discussed? Please do write in the comment box. We will discuss in the next video. Okay. So till then, have a good day and do meditate before starting your day. Okay. So thank you. Bye bye. And do subscribe.